This series is to gain a better understanding about stress, its effects on the body, and how to manage stress more effectively so that we can live happier, healthier lives. This series can be utilized by individuals or within a group format. At certain points, there will be time to pause the video and to reflect on the information provided. If this video is being done within a group format, the recommended pausing points can be utilized for group discussion. In this series, we will learn what stress is and its effects on the body. We will gain a better awareness about managing stress by utilizing various relaxation techniques to help cope with stress and effective communication skills. We will learn how to manage anger and resolve conflicts, how to cope with anxiety, the importance of balanced nutrition to help reduce stress and live healthier lives, the importance of physical activity and exercise, how to manage our time more effectively, and how to implement a stress reduction plan. Welcome to part 1 of the series, Understanding Stress. Take a few moments now to pause this presentation and to reflect and discuss the following. How do you define stress? What physical symptoms do people generally experience when they are stressed? And what emotions do people generally experience when they are stressed? Are you able to relate to any of these words from your reflection and discussion on stress? If you would like to discuss further in your group the ones that you identified, please pause this video now to do so. Stress originates from the Latin word strictus, meaning hardship, adversity, or affliction. Hans Selye defines stress as a non-specific response of the body to any demand made upon it. The word stress evolved from an old French word called estresser, and from a Middle English word called stresser. There are 3 perspectives of stress. One is the environmental or external, which is outside of the body. The second is the mental or internal state of tension. And the third is the physical, the body's reaction to stress. From a Western involvement, we respond to stress in one of 2 ways. We either fight with the stressor or we run away from it. In other words, we flee. There are 3 main stages of stress. The first is the alarm stage. This is when the fight or flight response occurs. The second stage is the resistance stage. This is when our body tries to cope with the stress and we use our energy. The third is the exhaustion stage. This is when our resistance fails, our energy is depleted, and we become exhausted. During the alarm stage, we experience many physical reactions within our body. Adrenaline is released within the body. Our heart rate and blood pressure increase. The blood flow to our brain increases. Our breathing rate increases, and we begin to sweat and perspire. Our digestive system slows, and we have an increase in the amount of stomach acid. Our pupils dilate or widen, and our muscles tense. During the resistance stage, our body adapts to the presence of the stressor. We use up a lot of our energy as we try to cope with the stressor. We become tired and irritable, and we become less able to handle any added stress. Finally, during the exhaustion stage, our body can no longer keep up with the stress. Our physical and emotional resources become depleted, and we are susceptible to illness and even death if stress is prolonged. As humans, we experience 2 types of stress: the good type of stress, which is called eustress, and the bad type of stress, which is called distress. Eustress, the good stress, helps in keeping us motivated. It helps keep us focused. We feel excited, and it improves our performance. However, eustress doesn't last for very long. Distress, the bad type of stress, causes us to experience anxiety. It feels very overwhelming. It feels unpleasant, and it decreases our performance. And unlike eustress, distress can last a very long time. Stressors are defined as life events or changes that produce or have the potential to produce changes within the individual, his or her family, and his or her surroundings. They can be real or imagined, anticipated or unexpected. They can be people, objects, or places, events or situations, such as major life events, or ongoing, everyday chronic stressors. Take some time now to reflect upon and/or to discuss the following. What life events or changes do you think cause you to experience stress? And then share, if you're comfortable, what life events or changes have caused you to experience stress. These are some very common stressors. Take a few moments now to discuss some of the stressors that you came up with from your group from the previous slide. Also, remember throughout our life, we can experience ebbs and flows of stress, meaning that we experience stress for a brief period of time, but then the stress we are experiencing will gradually decrease. Then, at some other point in our life, we'll experience another period of stress, followed by another decrease. Or we can experience chronic stress, which is ongoing. Remember, we are each different in how we perceive stress. That is, how we appraise the stressor and how much control we have over the situation to cope. The important takeaway messages are to remember what is stressful for one person may not be stressful for someone else, and vice versa. And also remember to be kind and supportive to one another in the differences of how we respond to stress.